Okay, I'm late, but I'm technically here once again. Let me just check that all my windows are set up properly without leaking everything. This music is gonna get me DMCA'd, I just realized. Okay. Okay, stream playlist. I forgot. There we go. Anyways, this is day 142 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Good to see you again, Scottish. Only here for a second, but wait, even now. Pick JavaScript because Notepad. I see. That's fair enough then. Yeah, I guess that's pretty reasonable. Yeah. So last time I did a lot of cleanup work on my code, and overall I'm a lot happier with the state of it. I got things merged into main again. This time I'm going to I think I'm going to clean up some other stuff. Specifically this whole MR to LAR thing. So this might be a little bit shorter, maybe like an hour stream. We'll see what it turns into. But yeah, it should be a good time. Let's get straight into it. I had to restart, so we're gonna have to set up my environment stuff again. There's not really anything to set up actually. Hit pull. There we go. MIR to MIR. Yeah. Rewrite. I guess. We'll do that. Okay. Yeah, take care, Scottish. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, let's see. So, yeah, so the goal of today is this mess of a function. It's like, it works. It does what we need it to, but the problem is, I guess it's not very clean, at least. All of this is kind of just like a big slot pile, and I'd like to clean that up a little bit at least, if at all possible. Yeah, so I think we will make some helper functions, and we will just make MR to LR wrap those helpers. Yeah, so I guess we want some sort of generate trees, I think. This takes MR program ref. We can do something with that, and then we want something. So that's tree gen. We want something to merge trees. We'll figure out the function signature in a second, but we're just gonna scaffold this out real quick. And then finally we have tile. We have tree tiling. What's good, Romy? Good to see you. Yeah, so I'm like remodularizing this slush pile. Yeah, so we have, let's see, where do we even do with this? Okay, this last little thing I think we can keep as is, but we need to figure out these function signatures. So we could do like, so I guess we could just throw stuff in and then we can figure out what to do with it later. So let's just start with that real quick. So this is in tree gen. OM, we need OM. Oh, we need to pass that in as well. Yeah, that's the other thing. We can just give it the pointer instead of the unique pointer, I guess. So that helps a little bit. Yeah, we can do that, I think. What's wrong with this? Oh, git, I see. There we can just do that actually. And this also cuts down on some of the comments as well. I guess everything that has a comment, I can kind of, for the most part, I can kind of turn into, for the most part, we can kind of just turn that into a helper, which is kind of nice in a way. Okay, so we have this slush pile. I guess we could probably just move these around as well. We'll just start with putting things where they will go, and then we can figure out what to do from there. Like all this stuff is for tree tiling, so that goes in tile trees, for instance. And then we can just call everything one by one, and it will hopefully be a little bit less clunky. Yeah, and then hopefully we could make these like a little bit less. I guess this is one way to solve the issue other than just like rewriting each of these individually, but oh well. Let's figure out what to do from this point. I think this stuff is mostly fine, and then we can like return we want tgv get result. Oh wait, we also need to store info. That's the other curveball here. We could probably make like we could probably do something with info. What type is this? Vector of unique pointer of function info. We could also make it just take the vector, actually. That might be easier. That might be worse. I'm not really sure how to feel about it. We could also just do another. No, we can't do a separate pass. It just occurred to me. What is wrong with this? What type is this? Stood list of forest. Okay. Yeah. Hey. Rest. There we go. Yeah. Okay. That seems reasonable enough at a glance. We can figure out what to do with this later. Okay. Merge trees. This should take list of forest. We could probably do it in place almost, I feel like. I don't know. We could try that. I don't really feel confident in that though. So this is trees maybe, I guess. Yeah, we could do that. Oh, I need to yank this again. Yeah, so we can do that. So we don't need that anymore. What the hell am I doing here? Okay, so this also poses another problem, which is we have different data structures going in and out. Yeah, because I also wanted it to be modular in a way that like we didn't necessarily have to merge, but it'd be useful to merge at least. So we probably want to figure this out at least. Yeah, so maybe we do away with this like whole forest thing as well. For now, let's just get it to a state that we can make it work at least. Yeah, so let's just do that, I guess. Which sucks, but it is what it is. Instead of program trees, what is wrong with this? Oh, yeah. So this is just trees. I guess. Yeah, we can just call it trees, I think. What's good, Lane? How'd you prepare to write a backend? Honestly, a lot of this is just residual knowledge from, a lot of residual knowledge just from, like, what's it called? The college class that I took already, on compilers. So I'm, like, kind of coasting off of that. I would probably just, like, read through a bunch of slides. Assembly-wise, I'm kind of, like, relearning on the fly as well, so... yeah, shout out Harold for dealing with my shenanigans as I figure out just even remotely how to work with assembly again. Yeah, I hate the way this looks actually. We need to give this OM as well. That. Instead of OM get, we can just do OM. Day 3 of trying to get you to join my Discord server. I mean, I literally cannot see the link, so if you're trying to send something, then like unlucky, I guess. But working along bytecode VMs. That makes sense, yeah. I think that's a pretty reasonable place to look, at least. Have to be private? Yeah, I mean, so it goes. What am I missing? Oh, right, yeah, we need to... I guess we could work on this first. So we should take this god-awful type. So we can take that. So this is trees, I guess. And then we also need OM as well, once again. Okay, so we can do this. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. We need to figure out what to do with that. Oh no. Okay, so we do need it here. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we do need it in here. Okay. Yeah, so we don't need it in the program at least. Yeah, this is not very ideal. We have like 2 different things to return, which is rough. Yeah, I'm not liking this. I'm very much not liking this anymore. But this is definitely, this feels cleaner at a glance at least. Okay, for now let's get this stuff created. So we want trees. So this is generate trees. Let's give it mir, and then we give it om get. Oh, here we need to return as well before I forget. Return functions. Stood list listed unique pointer function. Yeah, that makes sense. There we go. Right. Oh, whoops. There we go. I need to move that, right? Right? Because it has unique pointers at least. This I would also need to move. Okay. So we have trees, and then we'll just do like tile equals true, I guess. So then trees, or we want to merge trees. I guess we could do that later. For now, we just want this to work. Yeah, I do not want to. I don't want to deal with that pile of output again. I feel like I've seen it before actually, which is, I've done that like before. It's just been so long that I genuinely forgot that that is something that can happen. So we want tile trees. Let's give this merged. Hold on, get. And then we need to figure out how to store the other information for that. Something tells me I should like make a data structure that also handles that, or maybe just like redo my like trees thing. Yeah, because the way this looks is not very great. So we have these like nodes, which is like fine and all. We have node visitor, which is fine. This stuff is all fine, and then we have forest, which is where all the problems really start showing up. There's a lot of state. There's a lot of state in here. The big problem I think is that this holds on to this info. Yeah. So maybe I could do like, I don't know. We could do a list of tree, and then we could do like a tree info thing. Maybe. And then we can return some like really gross pair struct. And it's fine, I guess. Yeah, this is awful. I quite hate this. I'm gonna need to rewrite a lot of that actually. Yeah, not looking forward to this. Let's also this forest name has lived too long. It was a funny joke at first, but I think I genuinely go, what does forest mean every time I look at it? So we're gonna make it tree manager, I think, or something like that. That's fine. Just need to rename. We need to save there. This is fine now. Okay. I think that's most of the errors gone at least. For now, we're just gonna like throw this in a really hacky way just to see if it at least compiles, I think. We should definitely give it info in some way here. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do with that. For now, we're just gonna like pass in another parameter, I think. Unless we want to make a pair. What is info? Okay, we could do a couple type defs as well, I think. Or using tree info. No, because it's two different things. We could do function info. But that already exists. That's the problem. Right? Wait, this is function info. Wait. Right? Yeah, okay, so we have that already. So you should probably type def like tree info in some way. And then I think that is the other thing we pass around. We can kind of like de-object orient this as we go on, which I think is really funny to think about, but yeah, there's a lot of like data changing a lot of shapes. I think it makes more of a mess if we try to stick an object-oriented land here. Either that or I've just written too much Rust recently. I don't know. It's one or the other. It's up to you to figure out which one occurs. Yeah, this is rough. Yeah, let's give this a try. For now, I guess we could. We could also just return a pair and call it a day. What type was this again? This lives in tree function info. Or wait, no, we use that in tree gen, so here. Oh, I hit caps lock. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so that's the type. So we can do paste over that. Like that, I think. That's awful. This is really awful. Oh lord. Have you implemented pre-processing yet? I have not. That might be a little bit tough. At least that's not the part that I really want to focus on. I think like I want to mostly focus on the middle end and the related optimizations, but the front end is like something that exists solely just so I can like generate code, or at least like read in code. The only reason I'm like spending so much time on the back end is because it does affect code quality. So like it will affect how my middle end ends up running, at least. Yeah, it like sets a ceiling on how fast my code can be, at least. We need to import function info. So we want just yoink, I think. Like that. Actually, no, we don't need to yoink. We can just lar tree. Like that. There we go. Perfect. No notes. So we can do this. I'm gonna throw that there. Jesus Christ, this is an awful return type. Okay. What the hell am I doing here? Is a pair even like a reasonable type here? Is there like a C++ tuple? Oh, we do have tuple. I would be tough about it. I guess it wouldn't be bad. I don't know. It's just Well, I guess when you break it down like that, it doesn't sound that bad. I was thinking like, I guess I was thinking a little bit expansively about macros at least. But just like a basic define macro, I think could be fun to generate at least. I might give it a shot then. Actually, yeah, let me add that to the list of things to do. Sticky note. I'll punch this in at some other point in the future. Or we have not that, this macros. Okay. There we go. That's now in pen for the future. Yeah, the more you were like mentioning it, the more I realized like it really shouldn't be that bad, honestly. It might be a little bit annoying, but it shouldn't be like substantively difficult at least. Yeah. So we do this now. Okay, so we don't need that or we have all function info already. Something all function info. We need to give it this god-awful type. Yeah, the fact that we have to like split this up and then like reassemble it is kind of a red flag. That means I'm doing something wrong with like tree merging, at least in terms of data structure design. There we go. Okay, so now we need to give this, oh boy. Trees, info. Are you fourth year? Yes. How do we unpack this in a definition? Oh, wrong braces. Whoops. So trees, info, like that. There we go. So we've merged, that's fine. So we'll just throw this in here temporarily, and then we'll figure out what to do with it later. Tile trees. Oh, I'm putting in the wrong order. Whoops. Right, like that? No? So we have trees, info. Oh, wait, we should ref this, I think. There we go. Okay, that'll do. Would you keep streaming even after your land rule? That's the hope, yes. That would be the ideal world. We'll see how time ends up working out. Maybe I won't stream so regularly. I'm also thinking about just cutting back my stream schedule a little bit, just like even now. Because like school is low-key difficult. School takes up a lot of time. But then it's like not really every day, but it's like already not really every day. So it's like kind of complex to think about anyway. Oh, I forgot to move somewhere. The fuck? Passed by ref, that's fine. Chat's hard to keep up with? Yeah. File on right, original old, left is edits. No, right is the header. Or right is just like whatever I'm also like looking at. These are completely separate files. Left is just my edit buffer. I may as well close that actually, because I'm not looking at that right now. Yeah, this is rough. Maybe I forgot to make something a ref here. This I forgot to make a ref. Okay, there we go. It does everything still. Let's do a singular hand test. What am I doing there? Test, or build in panic, test regression, input. Let's give it params. Okay, that still works. That's good. I'm not sure if hash is the comment in assembly, by the way. I think it is. I think it's that and not semicolon, but it might also be assembler dependent. I'm not sure. Yeah, I like how much more compact everything looks nowadays in this. Okay. So that all works, I think. Let's commit this real quick as a checkpoint. Okay. Format. Okay, sure. What did format even change? Oh, fair enough. Zoop. Okay. Okay. Half an hour in, and we have just now finished a little bit of refactoring. This is rough. This is very rough. What am I doing? Okay. What do we do from here? Okay, so I want to, I guess if we look down here, this whole like merge thing is like really awkward. The ideal code I want to be able to write is like, instead of this, I want to be able to do just like if tile, or not tile. Actually, let's fix this real quick. This is wrong. Merge. Yeah. Amend. There we go. Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to be able to get rid of this and be like if merge, and you can do like merge trees and just give it like trees, and then like like something like this. I would like to be able to do that, and then we can replace this with just trees, and this just modifies trees in place. This is like the ideal state I would like to be able to get, at least. What does until I land a compiler rule mean? It means until I get a full-time position working on compilers. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is, yeah, we can label it like this. I think this is fine. Yeah, so I think we have like a small issue here with the way we generate trees, at least. Our tree structure is probably causing some problems. I do not know what to do about them, but it's definitely causing issues here and there. What the? Okay, this whole structure is a mess. Maybe trees should just be like this regardless. Oh lord. Okay, so we have like this function info type, which is fine. I think we should have like, I propose we just make a list of unique pointer of tree here, and I also propose that we replace this whole tree manager thing with just like a simple tree info type of some sort. Beyond that, I think it's a little bit clunky. At this point, we're kind of just like packing 4 data structures into one pair, so I'd like to reduce that a little bit. How much progress have you made? Do you have AST, and what type of language are you making? So this compiler is going from C down to x86-64. I finished the front end for the most part for now. I'll add more functionality later. The middle end does like, it does SSA construction. It does like basic constant folding. And it does like some like control flow graph simplification for now. Right now, I just wanted to generate code at all. And then I can then go around the edges, clean things up. But until then, I think this is at least a good minimum state to be at. Okay. What are we doing here? Yeah, I don't really know how to make this. How do I even begin to make this more ergonomic, at least? Yeah, this is rough. I guess a good place to start would probably be to look at our like function info thing, not function info, like tree manager. Because I was like in hard copium land when I was writing this. I think it was very bad. Yeah, so this holds on to the trees. That was kind of a mistake. Yeah. And then each node has unique pointers anyway, right? Is that how I did this? Yeah, it does. So this is like kind of troll anyway. It doesn't really make sense to structure like this. Okay. I think we leave this slush here for now. Let's add a new class here. So this is like, what do I even use tree leaves for again? I think the problem with merging was that there was a lot of just like mess that it created, so I kind of had to make it ugly. Wait. Oh, wait. What uses leaves? Get leaves, I think? Oh, yeah. So we use this like a skip list. I see. That actually makes sense then. Use Clang and bonus, from my personal opinion, use static analysis. What do you mean? Like, if you're asking about like compiling with Clang, I'm kind of just too lazy to switch to it from GCC. And I don't think it particularly affects performance. So, I don't particularly care about that for now. Static analysis, I'm not really sure what you're getting at with that. Like, I use ClangD at least. So in that sense, like, yes. If you're asking about like implementing it, that's something I plan on doing, but it's quite a ways off. There's a lot of time until I get to that. Okay. How do I avoid this get leaves problem? Yeah, this is not ideal. Yeah, I kind of understand why I made this like manager thing now. But I don't know. I think the big problem with this is that it holds onto trees right now. And that makes a lot of like, that creates a lot of mess with the way that its interface looks, at least. So I think that's the root of this problem. Maybe we should just like redo that from scratch, at least. Okay, well, let's see. Let's do like, I think tree manager doesn't really feel correct now. I think we could do tree like info, I guess, or trees info. Yeah. We could call it whatever. Implement 2 passive garbage collection. What do you mean? I feel like garbage collection would be worse performance. Just historically, the garbage collected languages tend to be quite slow. I'm not really sure what, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like misunderstanding what you're saying, but I do not particularly get. I do not get it, at least. Okay, we could pack this like this, I think. Insert ASM. That seems, we don't need this anymore, at least. Let's copy this slush pile over first. Copying GC is fairly efficient. Take some more space. I guess, yeah, that makes sense, but I don't know, like I'm not like writing a new language, at least. Like I'm just implementing C semantics as they are laid out. So like, you know, like it doesn't feel right to make C garbage collected. It feels like a crime to do that, if anything, actually. RTX, I can't lie, I don't particularly understand what you're saying. Like, again, maybe I'm just like being dense right now, but like, yeah. Like, my apologies. I like actually do not understand. Empty. What am I? What the do I? Oh. Wait. What? Why am I doing this for? What the hell was? Okay, this code is not readable. This. Oh lord. What do I even do with this? Why do I have 2-string? Was I like printing this for debug? I think that's why I was doing that. I think it's fine to leave that though, at least. Okay, we could start with this, I think. I don't understand what empty is doing here. All this represents all of the trees. So this is if there are no trees? Wait, what the hell am I, what? Oh, I see. Well, it has trees. Okay, yeah. So we don't need that, at least. We don't need empty, we don't need pop. Okay, this seems reasonable enough at this point. Yeah, okay. I think this is reasonable enough, interface-wise. We've kind of extracted the stuff that we care about. And then it should be easier to work with from that point forward. Forward. Yeah, I guess we have tests to check against to see if everything is correct. We also need to like Oh boy, there's so much mess in between everything. Let's implement tree info first. I think that's the big step. How about adding for? Oh, okay, wait. What specifically are you? What are you trying to ask me to add? Are you trying to ask me to add the function as a test? Are you trying to ask me to add for loops? Are you trying to ask me to add arrays? Like I don't really know what's going on. I can't lie. Let's see. I guess let's start with Node. I think this is where we can implement this stuff. Okay, so tree manager. Let's throw this stuff in between there. Should organize and then write the code. I mean, yes, that is in fact what I'm doing here. Yeah, I wrote all the code while solving the problem, and then it turns out some of the initial assumptions I made were very much wrong, so I guess the cleanup is just kind of inevitable. Like, yeah. If you're telling me that like you write code perfectly in the first try, then like, fair enough, like, at that point you should just give me a referral. Like, you probably are where I want to be. Okay. We could probably just retraverse it to get leaves, but I think this is probably cleaner. It's like kind of a data structure anyway. I don't really like it though. There's like a speed versus like cleanliness trade-off to be made here. I think the amount of times we'll run this justifies the mess. Actually we don't. This doesn't need to be a unique pointer anymore. This just needs to be node star, I believe. So that actually is a little bit better now that I think about it. Want to help you code? I can't lie. With how much you have told me, I do not particularly understand what you would want to help with at all. So, yeah. Like, there are very clear contribution guidelines, which are specifically to not contribute, barring reporting bugs in my implementation. And what are you falling short? I'm falling short on time. That's the big thing I'm falling short on. Like, I just need more time to work on things. I'm perfectly content, like, just like struggling through everything by hand, because that's kind of the whole point. Like, I'm working on this project because I want to learn, not because I'm like trying to become the next Chris Latner. Yeah, I just want to learn more about the algorithms, about the implementations. So I do kind of inherently have to work on this by hand, slash alone at least. Okay, so we want tree leaves at tree. So this is did I move this? Leaves. I think that's a move. I think that's supposed to be a move. And then we want... Let's just rename this actually. Did I rename it here? Yeah, I did. Okay. Is that... Wait. Leaves. Okay, yeah, so that is plural of leaf. Okay. Okay, had to make sure I wasn't like hallucinating, because I was about to write leaf s. What is wrong here? Oh, right, that's the problem. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That might explain, that might be a problem. Okay, maybe we undo that refactor, or undo that rename. Maybe... This verbosity is kind of inevitable, I guess, then. We can't really do a lot about it. This is terrible. The shortcomings of using full extended out words. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that, I think. Yeah, this is probably fine. This is all just kind of one big data structure. I could probably copy all of this code from here, actually. Bracket operator here I think is very justified, actually, now that I look at it as well. Okay, and then toString, what are we doing here? Oh, we can just copy this. This is fine. Oh, but we need to print it differently. Oh, let's just print all the trees. Okay, I no longer care about this, to be honest. Okay, so we can just get rid of that as well, which simplifies things a little bit. Let's see if this builds at least. I'm not calling it anymore. Oh, wait. Derp. We need to fix this again. I'll replace this with merged. Let's try that one more time. Okay, cool. So it still compiles, which is good. There we go. And commit. Okay. So now we can do the really fun thing. We need to do the cleanup work now. This does not bring me joy. How the hell do we even do this? So we're gonna need to like store like 3 different data structures, I think, right? OBS dropped? Okay, OBS is back, okay. Okay, thanks Windows. Yeah, maybe Tree Manager isn't actually the worst idea, and we just hold on to the list of unique pointers inside. Then there's like another awkward layer of indirection that I don't really like. I guess each tree is a unique pointer anyway. So I think we could just reuse one big tree manager. Or tree info thing across everything. Yeah, we should probably return that separately. Yeah, we need to hold on to that in some way. Or we could just do like the merge check first as well. Yeah. That might be the play. Okay, I guess we could fix this return type first. And then we can fix everything downstream as we go. So instead of list of tree manager, we want this thing. So it's not a pair anymore, is the other thing. It's a tuple. Tuple, tuple, tuple. Thing. Okay, this is gonna be rough. This is actually gonna be very, very ugly format-wise. So we want that. Yeah, so that's not gonna work anymore, but that's fine. We'll fix that in a second. This is gonna be the ugliest function signature I've written. So we have. So this is like the actual trees. We have the function info. And then we want a tree manager. So LR tree, or not tree manager, tree info. So this is what this signature looks like now. Oh lord. What's the playlist? It's just a pile of like stream beats stuff. Yeah. I could drop this in the chat real quick. Hopefully YouTube doesn't eat it up because I'm literally the streamer. Zoop. Oh yeah, I probably should set up like stream mutos from like some sort of bot. Maybe like, I forgot what the big one people use. This is like Nightbot, I think. That might be good to set up. Okay. What do I even do here? So we need to fix the return type in some way. So we need to clean up tree gen visitor. Let's do the rest of the function signatures real quick. Can we just give it no pointer for now? I guess we can't. Listen to lo-fi while studying most of the time? Yes. There's a separate like Pokemon lo-fi playlist I listen to. I've been thinking of like curating a DMCA free Pokemon playlist, but yeah, that might be tough. So that's kind of like a long-term side project of mine. Hopefully someday we can listen to that instead of stream beats on loop for tens of hundreds of streams to come. Yeah, I feel like it'd be more cozy at least. Can we just do this for now? I guess not. We'll just do that. We'll clean that up later. We'll wish list it the way down. Okay, here I'd like to do void merge trees. And then we can get these two. So this is trees. What? Oh. We can give this a putter instead of the entire unique pointer, I think. Yeah, do that, I think. This should be a ref. Oh no, this is getting long. Do you use a laptop or monitor? I'm on a PC right now, if that's what you're asking. Okay, I wanna clean this up a little bit. Let's do another type def at the top, or at least let's do a type def so we can make this less ugly. So we want function trees. So then we can, let's take that, I think. Yeah. So we can do list of function trees. Yeah, that's a lot better. What's good, Skittles? Good to see you. It's been a second. Okay, and then we can figure out what to do with this later. Classes start tomorrow? Damn, that's... Yeah, I forgot how late y'all start. That's quite crazy, actually. Okay, so now we get to have fun. So tile trees, so we want a list of function trees. So we take that, and then we take what do we call it? I guess info, maybe? Yeah, I've been in classes for like 2 weeks now. Yeah, it's been a good time. First class is lineage. Ooh. I don't know, lineage has kind of grown a little bit stale for me personally, but it's good to hear that someone is enjoying it at least. Okay, what am I doing here? I guess we could leave that name for now. The signature is correct at least, in terms of what we want out of this. And then this we need to repack. So we have trees, tree info, and then we have function info. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, so we can give that tree info as well. This should be function info like that. Then we can keep going from here. So trees, tree info. So we have trees, function, info, and then OM again. Do that, I guess. Not thrilled to be writing assembly again. Yeah, it's rough. But you learn it and then you forget it again, unless you use it. In which case, then you never forget it again. Let's go Tessie. reinstall Windows, ready to tell my mom. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun time. I wish you the best of luck in that. The good thing about this change is I don't think we need to change a lot here. We just need to like rename some things. So we can make this like F info maybe. I guess we can make this info. I guess, yeah, F info. Yeah, we can do like F trees here. Oh lord, this is not readable. Maybe someday I will come back to this and immediately think of a better name, but for now this will have to be what we stick with, I think. What's wrong here? What is wrong here? Oh, F info. Right, there we go. Much better. Do you think vibe coding is silly / an opportunity of coping for not learning how to code? It can be. It can be both. It's all about how it's used, I feel like. I think a lot of the movement's a little bit silly. I think there are very valid reasons to vibe code though, so I think on balance it's like not bad. Like there are reasons at least. Okay. I kind of don't want to work on the rest of this for now, to be honest. I'm kind of tired. Yeah, just low energy today, I guess. I haven't eaten dinner as well, which definitely doesn't help. What else can we do here? I guess what we will do for now is we will fix... Actually, no, the rest of this is kind of like an hour each. Maybe I will spread this out across next week. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I think I will just keep today short overall. What we changed here was we fixed the function signatures, I guess. Whoops. Forgot that quote. Let's do Mart, right? Okay, cool. Let's just check that it was pushed properly. Okay, yeah, that looks correct. Well, that's the third commit. I see. Okay, yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it here today. I'm pretty hungry and pretty tired, so I'm gonna go attend to that at least. Thank you all so much for showing up today. Make sure to like the stream and sub to the channel if you haven't. Also, while you're down there, check out the description and join the Discord. Also, there's my LinkedIn, my GitHub. Feel free to do whatever with that. But yeah, thank you all for showing up. It really does mean a lot to me, even on these days where I'm like running out of steam a little bit. It really, I don't know, it really does like what's the term? It really does like keep me going, at least in some capacity. It's I feel like just having a bunch of people like cheering me on does help a lot with burnout. Because like I've historically struggled with that a lot because I go in like really large bursts of motivation, and then like really long stalls after. I'm very like I very much like work in phases, I guess. But yeah, take care, y'all. Take it easy, and have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are.